I was, traveling with my partner distributor. He was telling me that my driver, he wants to buy a tablet, right?
What?
And he wants to, I said that, भैया आप tablet अभी तो, there is no study from home. बिटिया को जो है, she likes that उसने tablet देखा है जहाँ पे वो drawing अच्छी करती है.
अरे वाह.
Right? So that's the power of information.
Yeah.
It was a village, had about 6 stores that's there. I walked into a store and 70,000, 80,000 rupees का जो flip था या 1 लाख का जो fold था, वो इस दुकान पे display पे क्यों है? The retailer came back and said that, sir, इसका यहाँ पे demand है.
अरे वाह. सैमसंग कॉर्बी आता था जब.
Oh yes, yeah.
So, 2 मेगापिक्सल कैमरा.
Oh, yellow color का.
येलो कलर का छोटा क्यूट सा.
Cute.
Yeah. वो my photography expedition began from that.
There, is there. Yeah. For all the teachers who are watching the show, or the professors who are watching the show, the Samsung Galaxy device is a tool for enhancing consumer education. Right?
Oh wow!
Technology is become the equalizer, 100%. And that is our main mission. Yeah. How can you make technology an equalizer across the country?
टेक के एंथुसियास्ट और टेक की दुनिया के दिग्गज इन्हें पहचान चुके हैं क्योंकि इनका नाम है राजू एंटनी पुल्लन, सीनियर वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, हेड ऑफ सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग, मोबाइल बिजनेस एट सैमसंग इंडिया। ये ऐसे नायाब प्राणी हैं जो एक लार्ज टीम को नर्चर करना जानते हैं, इनोवेशन को फॉस्टर करना जानते हैं और ये समझते हैं कि एआई कैसे इम्पैक्ट करेगा हमारी दुनिया को। यहाँ हम सीपी में हैं क्योंकि यहाँ एक्सपीरियंस सेंटर में हम लोग जानेंगे कि यार क्या चल रहा है सैमसंग की दुनिया में। तो आइए मैशेबल मॉर्निंग्स करते हैं विथ राजू पुल्लन। लेट्स गो। आप लोग सोच रहे होंगे इतना गदर मैंने इंट्रो दे दिया लेकिन गाड़ी में नहीं यहाँ हूँ। आइए आपको बताते हैं क्या कर रहे हैं। हाय राजू सर।
हाय सिद्धार्थ,
हाउ आर यू? सो नाइस टू सी यू टू।
वेलकम टू सैमसंग।
ओह लवली। आई वाज अबाउट टू टेल देम कि हम कुछ नायाब करने वाले हैं।
सो लेट मी टेक यू थ्रू।
आई थिंक हमें सीपी चलना चाहिए। क्या बोलते हैं आप?
Oh, fantastic. That's one of our landmark iconic stores in the country.
Raju sir, welcome to Mashable Mornings. Officially, this is your welcome.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice and interesting ride. Just hope we don't catch traffic, but we're in time to just miss the traffic.
हाँ ना?
Yeah. Absolutely.
ये आपके हाथ में मैं जो देख रहा हूँ वो एक अंगूठी, टेक अंगूठी है नहीं?
So one is for the love of the family and the other one is love of health.
Yeah.
So this is the ring. Right?
Perfect.
Yeah, we're just launching it. It's gone into pre-book now. It's an amazing product. It's an amazing product. And it gives you a very good, health monitoring dashboard at the end of the day. So, the beauty about the ring that, you'll have various sizes that you can check out with and then you can place the order.
That's amazing. I love it that it's so bougie. But मुझे थोड़ा पीछे जाना है। मुझे दुनिया को ये बताना है कि सैमसंग इंडिया में करीब 30 साल से।
Yeah, about 29 years now. That's right.
तो क्या करने आए थे सबसे पहले? When भारत जर्नी आपकी कहाँ से चालू होती है?
So we started in 1996.
Okay.
And I think so it was, the beginning was, we started with a very modest factory in Noida in 1996 where we started churning out televisions. And along with that, I think so at Samsung, they had a foresight about India operations.
Yeah.
So 1996, we started the manufacturing in Noida. 1996, we also started our first R&D center in India back in Bangalore.
Oh, lovely.
In Bangalore.
Correct.
And today that R&D center out of Bangalore is almost one of the largest R&D centers outside Korea.
Oh, really?
In any country, it's based out of Bangalore. We've got technicians out there, engineers out there innovating not only for the world, but also as India is growing. And the demands are very different. Expectations are very different. There's a lot of India-based innovation that's also rolling out from there.
So then 100% it makes sense to have a full wall as a TV today.
Absolutely.
Because TV से आपने शुरुआत की थी हमारे देश में.
And I think so the journey continued 2003 and then 2007 we launched our mobile phones in India.
Yeah.
And that's the journey. I joined in 2008. And
so that's about 16, 17
years?
Yeah,
16 odd years that is there. So 2007 we launched our mobile phone manufacturing in India and mobile phones in India. 2019 we launched the foldables in India as well.
Of course, that's the flex.
That's right.
The foldables are your flex.
That's right. So that was a big change and I think so we've come a long way.
100%.
In 2024, January this year, we actually launched the Galaxy AI, which is becoming a rage today on all our devices. I'm
going to dig your head a little more with AI for sure. उसमें बाद में आता हूँ. तो टीवी के बाद फिर रेफ्रिजरेटर के बाद फिर phones.
That's right.
And the big leap was then foldables in 2019.
That's right.
But with so much tech, there is a bunch that you do with CSR also, I've heard.
That's right. So, there's a lot of focus on building the community within the country and across. So, Solve for Tomorrow is something that we do for the youth of India, where we actually, we pick up ideas from the youth of India, get them to, share their ideas, and some of them we sponsor. We just concluded the third edition of the Solve for Tomorrow recently. And we had almost 4,000 entries from across the countries. So that's a large part of one of our key initiatives within India is to drive the overall CSR initiatives led by Solve for Tomorrow. Samsung is across so many categories, almost 6 different categories.
That's so true.
From mobile phones to consumer appliances to electronics. Just imagine the innovation that goes behind it to actually just stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Right? And so much of competition that happens, and we welcome competition. It actually pushes us to the next level.
Perfect.
And that's actually how we build the entire change the consumer lifestyle and improve the consumer lifestyle.
Because we are also changing lives so fast. We are in such a fast-paced world that आप लोग को I'm sure लाना ही पड़ता होगा कुछ ना कुछ.
Correct. And consumers want things that are different, and at Samsung we believe, I think so, that's one philosophy, that we've always humble to listen to the consumers and always nimble to innovate.
Nice.
I think so these are two things that go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And that helps us be ahead of the curve.
जब आप ये बोलते हो तो मेरे को सबसे ज्यादा मार्केटियर्स से मिलने में जो कहानियां होती हैं, आई एम श्योर आपके पास वो ऑन ग्राउंड कहानियां होंगी कि you went somewhere and did. So tell me those, because I'm most interested in those.
So, I think there's so many stories of consumers, especially in the mobility category that is there. So I had gone, एक छोटा सा Tier 6 city था.
Tier 6 भी होता है सर?
हाँ बिल्कुल, Tier 6 city, 5,000, 6,000 population. That's there. Tier 6 city में near Rajasthan, I think so it's known as Choru.
Okay.
Right, and there एक छोटा सा, I think it was a village, had about 6 stores that's there. I walked into a store and I asked him, यार 70,000, 80,000 rupees का जो flip था या 1 लाख का जो fold था, वो इस दुकान पे display पे क्यों है? You are blocking the inventory of the partner that is there, and you will not believe the retailer came back and said that, sir, इसका यहाँ पे demand है.
अरे वाह,
इसका यहाँ पे डिमांड है. I said 60, 70, 80,000, 1 लाख रुपए का प्रोडक्ट का डिमांड Tier 6. सर बिल्कुल है सर. आपने जब से Samsung Finance Plus दिया है, Samsung Finance Plus is a digital lending platform that Samsung has got.
अच्छा जी.
Right? Last year alone we did about $1.5 billion was transaction on that.
Whoa.
Even which new to credit consumers or consumers who don't have a very strong credit history, they are able to get financing through that platform. So we've got various platform partners there.
Oh,
so,
wow.
And coincidentally, Siddharth, he was delivering a flip to the consumer. He said that, sir, छोटा सा गांव है, आप आने वाले थे ये नहीं पता, लेकिन वो कंज्यूमर को डिलीवरी जो है अभी देना है, आज देना है, तो आपने बुलाया. So he sent somebody my bike on his scooter or bike, and he got the consumer and we handed over. I've got the pictures of that. I'll never forget those moments.
Look at that. You underestimated. We can't think about Bharat like this.
Bharat is actually growing faster than even metro market. Of course, the depth in Bharat is much lower, but the upgradation, consumers are very aspirational in Bharat. Actually, it's beyond what it actually meets the eye. They just want affordability. They want the right experience. I think if we are able to communicate the right experience to the Bharat consumers that is there, they want to change their lifestyles, because it's like connected world, right? I'm saying information and technology is known to everybody in the country, right?
Exactly.
Up to Tier 6. And today, technology is become the equalizer, 100%. And that is our main mission. How can you make technology an equalizer across the country? Whether it is education, whether it is agriculture, whether it is financing platforms.
Arts.
So I think arts, bilkul. So I was, traveling with my partner distributor, right, in UP. We were going to Meerut, and his driver was driving, because of business ka baat chalte rehta hai. That's the time when you get to do a good review, right? Like good review, right? He was telling me that my driver, he wants to buy a tablet. Right? And he wants to, I said that, bhaiya, aap tablet, abhi to, there is no study from home, right? Abhi to, post-COVID scenario hai. Why do you need a tablet? I said, nahi sir, बिटिया को जो है शी लाइक्स दैट उसने टैबलेट देखा है जहाँ पे वो ड्राइंग अच्छी करती है,
अरे वाह,
राइट, वो ड्राइंग अच्छी करती है. सो द यूज केस ऑफ S Pen, so that's the power of information, right? And the use case was, how can you empower consumers and drive their creative thought process? So I asked him, कहाँ पे देखा? अरे आप तो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर का ड्राइवर हो, आप तो हेमंत जी का ड्राइवर हो, इसके लिए आपने आपको पता होगा, अवेयरनेस होगा. नहीं सर, वो बिटिया को लेके गया था. वी हैव गॉट एक्सक्लूसिव स्टोर्स, वी हैव गॉट अबाउट 1500 exclusive stores in the country.
Okay.
This is a smaller version of the one
the
that we
experience
got.
अच्छा जी, ठीक है.
So वहाँ पे we had gone over the weekend and my daughter saw this and she did not ask for it, but she showed a very strong inclination because वहाँ पे we have got these Samsung classes that are there.
Yes.
Where in the afternoons we call
of course.
So I think so these are the experiences, the innovation that I know taking a leaf from what you mentioned earlier, na?
Yeah.
How do you stay ahead of the curve?
Correct.
Consumer insight.
Correct.
Being very humble to consumer, being humble and listening to the consumers. And of course nimble by innovating.
Yeah,
तो फिर वो humble का कोई फायदा है नहीं.
सवाल, बट आप लोग अगर ये इन जगहों से हैं या टैब यूज करते हैं, S24 अल्ट्रा यूज करते हैं, कोई भी प्रोडक्ट यूज करते हैं, तो मुझे कहानियां प्लीज कमेंट्स में बताइएगा. we'll get Raju sir to come and read the comments because why not? But this is so good.
Absolutely. Or recently, we've just, in fact, 2 weeks back, we've launched S10. That is our latest tablet.
That's the S9 ka upgrade. Correct.
Upgrade, which is powered with Galaxy AI. It's the works. I think so. Consumers who love the S9 will love this even more. And that's the beauty about technology. Constantly upgrading, constantly listening to consumers.
No, I owe my photography life to the firsts. So Samsung Corby आता था जब.
Oh yes, yeah.
So 2 megapixel camera.
Oh, yellow color का होता था.
Yellow color का छोटा cute सा.
Cute.
Yeah. वो my photography expedition began from that.
There, oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a true story.
Yeah.
So generally when you say large teams, what are the hacks to managing large teams? How do you keep them thinking about अब आगे क्या करना है?
The way we manage large teams is that it's a very large family of Samsung, fanboys who are a part of our teams, right? Yeah. It's truly a large team of fanboys who manage the entire business at Samsung. What we do is we try to inculcate, in fact, behavior of getting them to having a startup bent of mind, because the startup culture is so addictive that if you can't, it's not staying out of that, it's actually creating that stimuli in our employees, right, of staying ahead of the curve, giving them an opportunity to bring out the idea. So we nurture them to share a lot of ideas, challenge status quo. I think so. While it's cliche in all these, but we actually make that happen. We sponsor some of these down the line as well.
Oh, really?
We identify them. So we've got a think tank which actually identifies some great ideas, and then we sponsor it in investments in retail, in marketing down the line. We've got almost more than 25,000 Samsung experience consultants on the shop floor, 25,000. And it's so important to keep them motivated, because those are the soldiers who are actually delivering the brand experience to the consumer, right? And giving training them and building lives. And many of them have been with Samsung they have seen technologies generation after
100%,
generation.
Yeah.
I tell my immediate team that it's 27,000 families, 27,000 families that we are responsible for.
100%.
And how can we inspire many more to come?
जितने 27,000 के परिवार का हिस्सा है सैमसंग का, वो लोग प्लीज कमेंट में बताएं. आई नो माय जीजाजी and my cousin have begun their journeys with Samsung. They would sell TVs and mobile devices, and they were Maharashtra and then the West end of distribution. So this is a lot of internal family work. But folks, just for disclaimers, Mashable India collaborates constantly with Samsung to continuously do new launches every year. इस दौरान कोविड भी आया. हम 2019 फोल्डेबल के आगे की 2020 की बात नहीं की है. एंड आई नो देयर हैज बीन अ बंच ऑफ इनोवेशन ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम. तो वो कैसे सोचा आपने? आई नो द O2O पेमेंट्स इज अ बिग वन.
करेक्ट.
रियलाइजिंग दैट समथिंग एट दैट ग्रेट एट इट इज innovating and then moving with new ideas, वो कितना difficult?
So during the COVID period, it was all about innovation. So we leveraged our the Samsung.com, right? And where consumers could come and log in their orders. We also delivered products through our distributors and promoters, because
इसको और विस्तार में बताइए, क्योंकि ये मुझे बहुत इनोवेटिव लगा था जब मैंने इसकी रिसर्च की थी.
It was all about consumers. So our promoters used to reach out to the consumers in the nearby town,
Yeah.
and they used to place orders on the promoters or the stores or on the Samsung.com.
Correct.
And from the store nearby, they could deliver even without coming to the store.
Perfect. Exactly.
Right?
And
And
that was cool.
more importantly, in our category of products, Siddharth, it was very important for the consumer to understand the use case. What
Yeah.
is in for me?
Yeah.
Right? What is in for me? Will I get a finance or will I not get a finance? So that's when Samsung Finance Plus also played a big role in it. When that is a digital payment gateway, you can finance your product even without coming to the store. Right?
Perfect.
So and then once the order is picked up, the delivery is done from the store nearby. Even the demo for the product was for the product that the consumer wished to purchase was done on a video call. So like we use technology, consumers could dial in on video calls, promoters were able to communicate that. So it was complete end-to-end solution that we provided to the consumers.
Yeah.
And
Tricky times.
yeah, very tricky times, but we saw the best ASP during that time.
Achha
The
ji.
average selling price of the product went up by about 20% during that period. I want the best because during that period, consumers were also ending up saving some bit,
हाँ ना, हाँ,
right?
हाँ.
And then they said, okay, why don't I want a larger television, because a lot of
Yes.
consumers, they were at home, so they
तो
and
मैं
they
घर में ही
com-
थिएटर बना के बैठा था.
बिल्कुल. And then whether it is mobility products, they wanted a tablet, and that's when tablet sales went up.
है ना?
The-
Aren't we a very price conscious market?
I think more than price conscious market, we are a value for money based conscious market that is there. At Samsung, we look at value for money is that how can we add value to the consumer's lifestyle? How can we add value to consumer, through innovation, building up consumer, meeting consumers' aspiration. So whether it is the S24 Ultra, right? It is a premium product. But today, I was at the stores yesterday during the Dussehra period, right? And we saw phenomenal response for the Ultra. And I was surprised. We've done our best ever Dussehra sellout in the last 2 days. The sheer innovation that Samsung brings on the table.
Yeah.
And that's value for money.
So I
And
will
that's
pay
value
if
for
I
money.
get these features.
That's right.
And if I get the look and feel and the premiumness of the product,
Absolutely.
I'll pay
So
for
there
it.
is a consumer who walked in. I was at the Sector 29 market. Consumer walks in and said that, मुझे वो product, मेरे को वो phone देना जिसमें circle to search है.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like pleasantly surprised. And I made it a point that, I'm just standing aside and sounds very fictive. I'm saying very, very filmy sort of a thing. But, and there was father and son who came in, I think so, they came in and they said, the son asked, वो circle to search वाला Samsung का model कौन सा है? He said that circle to search तो A35 के ऊपर सब कुछ है, but budget conscious, but they wanted value for the product that they are taking. So he was given an A35,
lovely.
which is another, hot seller. So consumers are not looking necessarily now for, earlier they used to look at, GB का जो खेल होता था, right? Yeah, they were looking at design that is there, but which is a core of Samsung as well. Design is also a core of Samsung, but consumers have gone beyond that. They're like tech first.
जो AI लाने की बात है, ये कितना कठिन था? Because AI बोलना बहुत आसान है. To build it in, and there is also the Google partnership, which I'm really excited to talk about because that's massive. So how difficult was that? What was the thought? Do you remember that, Kida? Because you were doing it before anybody else did it.
So at Samsung, the big advantage that we've got is that we've got cloud-based AI and we've got on-device AI.
Okay. So
Right?
this is inbuilt and there's on the cloud.
On device. Suppose you're traveling on a flight, right? Of course, there's no network there unless you're connected on Wi-Fi on international flights. So there, things like live translate,
so live translate will work with my
That's right.
stewardess. Let's say she doesn't know the language. Oh wow.
Or you want to summarize the text that you have. So all that is that's on device
Perfect.
AI. So we believe in openness, right? And we believe in very strong collaborations across partners that is there. Whether it is our partners who help us getting it to the last mile of distribution, or whether it is our platform partners. We worked with these partners together. The core was that how can we communicate the benefits of AI to the consumers that's there. So we had rounds of training. So we started from training of the top 75 to 100,000 retailers in the country. we had trainings for them to say that how is AI going to help your consumers? What is the new story? It's not necessarily about design and camera, which Samsung is outstanding on.
Yeah.
That's why we got a huge legacy
Correct.
for on the smartphone leadership, and it's all about how can you get adding value to the consumer, because many of them want consumers to come back and upgrade.
Yeah.
And that's when we talked about live translate, we talked about photo edit, we talked about
ecosystem.
The ecosystem, and we talked about how the watches and the mobiles
Integrated
together. Tablets are integrated together.
Yeah.
You can drag and drop. So that's where the entire the storytelling started at retail.
Yeah.
And once the storytelling started, we also had, and we started this in 2023, in November, December 2023, because we had a hint that the next generation of flagship that will come will be very different. Because every time Samsung launches a flagship, कुछ ना कुछ नया होता है, कुछ ना कुछ अलग होता है. People look forward to it. Because either it's a form factor difference, it is a technology difference, or it's something that's unique.
100%.
Right? Because they want to stand out of the crowd. So whether it's the foldables or the S24 or the A34.
I remember an 8K snap that we'd marketed with y'all and content, and that was so much fun because हम 8K शूट करते थे, बट उसके अंदर से मिड शॉट एक स्नैप निकाल के दिखा पाते थे कि अरे ये देखो.
Correct.
मैंने 3 eyes के बारे में सुना है, उनके बारे में मेरे को बताइए ना, because that's an internal communication thing that I've heard.
I think so. It's all about again the DNA of Samsung, a very strong intent of identifying consumer needs.
So the intent is number one.
Number one, insight, of course,
is the second one.
Is how do you build strong insights from them, and of course innovations follow once you've got the right intent that you need to ensure consumer life has to be elevated and the convenience is the core of consumer requirement. Then we take it to the next level and and drive innovation through consumer feedback.
So cool. Now let's come to that सवाल that I have about the tab. अगर मेरे पास S24 है या S24 Ultra है, तो मैं टैब क्यों, कोई भी कंज्यूमर टैब क्यों खरीदता है? ये मेरे को हमेशा से जानने की चुल रही है इसके बारे में, ऑल्दो मैं ब्रिंक पे हूँ.
I think it's the S24 Ultra. It's like it's a great phone.
Yeah.
I think it's the best phone available today, and of course powered with Galaxy AI. But the tab, as you said, it's a little more than the chul. It's just the experience, right?
Yeah.
It's watching the content. It's it's like having your entire canvas to you.
Correct.
And using the power of the S Pen to create your thoughts on the canvas. As I told you, the driver's daughter. Right?
Perfect. Yeah.
It was a very small insight. So that's, I think so. It also is it's a big productivity device now with a keyboard on the tablets.
Perfect.
Which is a part of the tablet ecosystem. Many of them now use it instead of the laptops, and they
Correct.
find it very convenient. And
It's powerful. It's quite powerful.
Yeah, and it's seamless integration across the mobile phones and the tablets, and of course the watches as well. So it's more like consumer. So we see a large part of almost 35 to 36% of our consumers who buy, who acquire the Samsung tablets, at least the premium ones, are those consumers who own some bit of Samsung flagship. Right?
Okay.
And there is some bit of synergy there, and we feel that as the ecosystem expands, the ecosystem expands, the Galaxy AI experience will also continue to expand.
100%. मैं समझ सकता हूँ. It's just ease of use and ease of access. But आप इकोसिस्टम बोल रहे हो, मुझे लोगों को समझाना है कि गैलेक्सी इकोसिस्टम होता क्या है, कि हमें पता है.
हाँ.
तो ये क्या है ये?
So गैलेक्सी में इकोसिस्टम का ये मतलब हुआ कि हम सिर्फ मोबाइल की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. आप मोबाइल वॉच, अपने रिंग को, अपने बड्स को, अपने टैबलेट्स को और लैपटॉप को सीमलेसली किस तरीके से यूज कर सकते हैं, उसको हम इकोसिस्टम बोलते हैं. द स्मार्ट थिंग्स ऐप एक्चुअली इंटीग्रेट्स एवरीथिंग टुगेदर, including the Samsung bespoke refrigerators that we saw back in the
No, really?
Yeah.
So what I'm watching on my laptop as a recipe,
that's right,
I can send it to my fridge.
Absolutely, you can send it to your fridge, your content as well. So that is the ecosystem, because consumers want to have access to everything at any given point of time. So so I can operate the wind-free air conditioners that we saw there. I can watch, I can operate before we probably reach back home, before you reach back home, if nobody's there, you can get your AC started through the Smart Things app on your mobile
Perfect.
phone. So I think so it's seamless connectivity, and AI in our washing machines also is very interesting.
Yeah.
The Samsung Eco Bubble that is there, amazing product. Where through machine learning, the machine itself learns that what are the top cycles of washing cycles that you use, and the next time that you on the machine, right, it actually pops out that those functions that are there, right? And
यही तो चीजों के लिए चाहिए हमें
चाहिए,
AI कि
ecosystem,
मेरी वॉशिंग
बिल्कुल,
मशीन में
बिल्कुल।
कैसे चलाता हूँ,
चला
भाई
और
तू ही चला दे।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। और and if you are having the Samsung smartphone, अगर बच्चा घर पे है and there is nobody at home, just ask him to open the washing machine
And throw in the clothes.
Throw in the clothes, and you can operate it. So by the time you or your wife reach back home, I think so it's done.
Will we be able to take that exit? Where is the exit?
The exit is somewhere there, I think.
Because it says
Yeah.
5 minutes faster, and
Oh, is it?
I love Delhi traffic because they are okay with the last lane going to first lane.
वहाँ
It's
से
just
जाना होगा।
absurd for me as a Mumbai driver.
But Siddharth, this is amazing.
Touch
You've
wood.
been driving and talking at the same pace, I think so.
Yeah, no, I think it's when else will I get a master class? There are also a different kind of products that I didn't know Samsung had until the beginning of this year, which is the GB4, the Galaxy Book 4.
Book 4, yeah.
तो लैपटॉप की शुरुआत कहाँ से हुई और वो कब हुई?
So this is the second innings in laptops, and the approach that we have taken is that again here have laptops which are really premium. So and how can you democratize premium laptops through, and that's now a journey for the last 2 to 2.5 years that we've been working on. Tablets, while we continue to be the leader in that category because we are across price segments.
Correct.
We were and Samsung is extremely high on consumer trust and quality and stuff like that. So we felt that there is a very big gap in case of how can we get consumers to upgrade to the next gen of laptop. That's when the GB2s and the GB3s and now the GB4. We are building on the very premium end of the laptop, but we are making it extremely affordable. Samsung Finance Plus पे आप ले सकते हो. With a 24 months EMI. किस्ते आते हैं 4,500 for a 8,000 for a 80,000 or 85,000 laptop. So it's become very affordable now. And we're the only brand where you can buy Samsung, where you can buy the GB4 on a platform like Samsung Finance Plus. Even new to credit consumers can pick it up.
So
right?
cool.
So, and that's a journey that we'll continue to focus. This is just, we've taken some baby steps, just getting the right elements in place on experience, on training, reorienting our team, because this is our second innings there.
Yeah.
And it's a very sharp focus because it's the premium segment that's growing faster than any other segment.
अच्छा जी.
There is a large segment of the already seeded segment of entry-level laptops that are there.
Perfect.
Now those consumers will upgrade. Right?
Yeah.
And those consumers will upgrade. There's a big Galaxy AI story that's got in there.
That's so true.
Yeah. I just can't do without the Aspire. No, I'm an Ultra fan, right?
Yeah.
And I have the Fold 6 as well. That's there.
So you'll have the small S Pen also.
Yeah, that's right.
हम दुनिया बहुत ऑनलाइन शॉपर्स की बन रही है.
बिल्कुल.
तो कितना डिवाइड ऑनलाइन वर्सेस ऑफलाइन पे है?
So we started live commerce in India, right, on Samsung.com.
Yeah.
We're partnering with various pure players also on the live commerce, and where consumers get a first-hand experience of the products. The demo is there. Consumers look forward to the live commerce event. And more importantly is that how do we build innovation? So O2O. So we worked with some of the pure players and some of the offline partners together to create a very strong O2O strategy.
Okay.
Listed the offline partners on online so that we are able to take the consumers place the order on one of the on Samsung.com or one of our pure player where we did a pilot, and the delivery is done through an offline partner. It's all about innovations. But at India level, it's a very diverse country, right? You've got the metro cities like Delhi, Gurugram, right? Or you also have a Churu market, or you've got a Meerut market, or a Ghaziabad market, or Itanagar market, it's all so different. Consumer requirements are so different. It's so large, logistically impossible to reach out to. But with almost 200,000 retailers, the distribution extent, if we are able to, the other way of staying ahead of the curve is creating changes, building in a very strong, building in innovation in channel management and distribution management, leveraging the strength of Samsung supply chain.
The distribution is the power.
Distribution and consumer centricity.
अरे 5G पे तो हम आए नहीं, 5G पे भी आएंगे.
बिल्कुल. So I'm saying there is so much to talk about. It's not only so much to talk about because the consumers want diverse. We got a diverse spectrum of consumers out there.
Yeah.
So innovation has to be at the core. समझो और फिर समझाओ. Consumer को समझो और फिर consumer को Samsung का brand philosophy के हिसाब से समझाइए, विज्ञापन के थ्रू हो या experience के थ्रू हो. I think so that's something that that
works,
creates the excitement.
नहीं मैं कल ही दुकान पे था और नॉट बिकॉज हम मिलने वाले थे बट बिकॉज मैं स्क्रीन गार्ड लगवा रहा था.
ओके.
एंड आई सेड M सीरीज वाले दिखाइए जरा. तो बोलते सर कौन से दिखा दूं? 9,500 से लेके चालू है और आप बताओ कितना का चाहिए. एंड आई वाज लाइक आई डिड नॉट नो अबाउट दैट. तो ये M सीरीज की इजाद कहाँ से हुई?
So we call that as the innovative segment. We call that entire segment portfolio as the innovative segment. Whether it's the A series, which is the largest selling single series in the country today. Yeah, the A series there. Then we've got the M and F as well. So we create, every consumer has got a particular expectation that is there. A delivers on style, on great camera, right? M and F, there is their batteries are 6,000 mAh batteries, but that's complemented in the A series by a better processor. So there is a balance for consumers. Every consumer wants something that's very different. M series and F series is value for money. The A series is all about innovation, taking consumers Gorilla Glass Victus, durability, IP67, and all the full suite there. And we got the touch and pay, the Samsung wallet, which is also operational on the A series. So I think so that's a segment which is where the consumers, there is almost 150 million consumers in India who are still on 2G, right? Or still on 2G. Many of them are jumping the line and moving. They're not like going from 2G to 4G. That is the feature phones. They're not going from 2G to 4G and then 5G. They're going from 2G to 5G, many of them. But there are consumers in the rural markets that go from 2G to 4G and then take the next level. It depends from consumer to consumer.
Interesting.
The growth at which the flagship products are growing, right? Whether it is the S series or the foldables, I'm truly amazed. Actually amazed, right? And for us in India, we've got one of the largest manufacturing units, in the world here. So it's.
But that's a good problem to have. Now you're catching up with the ecosystem to deliver.
In fact, we were reviewing the Dussehra performance, and I mentioned we have had the best Dussehra for the flagship.
But क्या ये फिर translate होता है electronics में भी?
Yeah, there is a bounce into electronics as well. So electronics as well as, we see the side-by-side refrigerators or the large televisions, which is the QLED or the Neo QLED or the OLED. We see very good tractions on the high screen as well. Yeah. So premiumization is a new in thing.
We have one of those. Great for gaming and great for cinema also.
Seriously.
But कितना कठिन था 5G लाना और उसको उसमें डेवलपमेंट्स करना, क्योंकि इट्स नॉट इजी, राइट? उसमें कितनी कठिनाई थी, किन लोगों से आप बात कर रहे थे, किस तरीके के पार्टनर्स को डिप्लॉय कर रहे थे?
So it was, I think so consumers were ready for the 5G technology, right? So adoption of 5G, I think so it was faster than 4G. When we launch, when there is a new technology that walks in, actually we don't limit ourselves to a particular price band, right? Yeah. So we opened up the price band as well, and that's also bold. Yeah, that also helps us in having consumers adopt at the price points that the consumers would aspire to. So that helped us actually expand and quickly move ahead in the overall 5G portfolio in the country.
That's sweet, because ये भी जैसे आपने बोला AI in A series also being available is a very bold move.
Yeah.
Because I would expect it कि ये flagship में रहेगा.
Correct.
But ये सब में है.
So this, as I mentioned, was the store yesterday. Sir, वो A35 circle to search वाला phone है. It's amazing. I'm saying, do you want to hear anything else?
Yeah.
So I think so. It was how the consumers look at if I aspire something.
Perfect. यही तो चाहिए हमें.
That's right.
The Galaxy Watch also has an upgrade program?
Is there an upgrade program for the Galaxy watches? Yes, there is a upgrade program for the Galaxy watches as well. I see a lot of first-time users in case of the watch category. Upgraders, चलो ठीक है. वो you know, we operate in price points of 10,000 and above.
हाँ जी.
Because again, it's all about not price point, it's adding value to the consumers, and then give a life. And it's got OS upgrades and security upgrades are definitely there, so it keeps your product as you know, as new as ever. So that's the advantage, right? And what we see is that consumers there's a lot of first time users moving from the entry level categories of smartwatches to the Galaxy range of smartwatches, because they see again a big use case in case of being a part of that large ecosystem of the Galaxy devices.
जयपुर लिटरेचर फेस्टिवल कैसे हुआ? वो पार्टनरशिप बड़ी बहुत मैसिव थी. उसके बारे में प्लीज बताइए.
So the JLF, very interesting for us. It was the first time that we built this. You were also a part of it.
Correct. Yes.
So that's the first time. Yeah. So that's the first time that we probably said hello to each other or walked together for some time.
Correct.
So I think so that was very interesting for us. Literature, creativity is a part of Samsung's product innovation culture, right? And it resonated with us. The JLF resonated with us.
It was epic because सारे creators tab पे collaborate.
Correct.
वो वहीं creators jam में उन्होंने बनाया सब कुछ.
Yeah. And what we did is that after that we continued that JLF. I think so we took from the JLF how and you saw the number of school kids, right? And
yes.
The school kids coming, engaging with the tablets, the buds, and the entire ecosystem. I think the tab had a huge fan following.
That was
after
the most
that.
beautiful part.
We followed that up with a huge back to school program. I think so. It was we just launched the back to school program. We are reaching out to almost 120 to 150 universities and educational institutes in the country, where we are touching almost a lakh and above students, and sharing with them how the Galaxy can change their life in their careers, in their education. We're also now having a big program that we've launched, or in the progress, it's work in progress, or it's coming soon, for all the teachers who are watching the show, or the professors who are watching the show, where how the Galaxy can help them make the Samsung Galaxy devices a tool for enhancing consumer education. Right?
Oh, wow.
And we've taken a leaf from the Ministry of Education on what is their core fundamentals on the quality of driving the quality of education in the country, and we're working on that.
Love it.
And that's another leap. That's another leap or another leaf that we will have in building the Galaxy ecosystem. We are already in Central Delhi. That's the.
Yes.
So the store is not far away.
We are here. हम CP आ चुके हैं.
Yeah.
लेकिन जितने लोग बेंगलुरु से देख रहे हैं वो लोग डेफिनेटली ओपेरा हाउस के एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में बताएं, बिकॉज आई लव ओपेरा हाउस द मोस्ट. ऑफ कोर्स हमारा जियो वर्ल्ड प्लाजा में भी है एक्सपीरियंस सेंटर, बट मेरा फेवरेट बेंगलुरु है. यू गॉट वेरिएबल्स हियर, लेकिन मेरे को वो वाला सेक्शन ज्यादा एक्साइट कर रहा है.
So
ये क्या मतलब हुआ bespoke studio का?
Bespoke studio is all about giving chance to consumers to, they can get their Samsung Galaxy device and they can use any of these stickers to, decorate or mash up their entire mobile phones and make it look much youthful.
तो एज सैमसंग आप हमें क्या बता सकते हो, क्या नया आने वाला है और क्या नया आ चुका है? आई थिंक आई सी द S10.
That's right, the S10 Ultra.
हाँ जी.
तो वहाँ पे है कि coming soon. यहाँ पे आ चुका है.
अरे
so
वाह.
Just launched, right?
Oh yes,
just
correct.
launched. So we've got the S10 Ultra. This is the Galaxy AI-enabled tablet, right? It's got a laptop that's integrated, and then you've got the S24 FE again.
अच्छा, ये सारे नए आइटम आपने
That's right. So this is the S24, And you go to the S24. This is the S24 FE with a larger screen, 6.8 inches screen. This A series is the most, the largest selling segment for
This
Samsung.
is the bridge.
This is the bridge that builds consumers from the, from the conventional phones to the A series and from the A series to the flagship.
We'll test circle
to search. So
क्या बात है? सुमित की फोटो ली जाएगी अभी.
I'm going to take Sumit's picture and then going to circle the camera.
Perfect.
And then searches and then gives you all the options where to buy it from. Rishabh is my friend who heads the store here, and very dynamic young guys. I think so. Consumers come here asking for Rishabh.
Wow.
You can do is
Perfect.
just play on the phone and it'll be live directly over here.
Oh, look at that.
So that's seamless connectivity.
Perfect.
That is ecosystem, right?
इतने लोग हैं मेरे जैसे, प्लीज कमेंट्स में आइएगा, मैशेबल इंडिया को सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा. बट ऋषभ, आई थिंक दिस इज मोर ऑफ अ थिंग वेयर जहां आप लोग अगर आए, आई नो मुंबई, बेंगलुरु, दिल्ली में हैं,
Yeah.
हैदराबाद also has a beautiful one.
That's right. Hyderabad, we're putting one in Ahmedabad. Pune has got one. I think so. All the major key cities have got. Even Lucknow.
हाँ जी.
In Lucknow, in the Lulu Mall, we've got one store as well. That's a good
बस,
Samsung
तो
experience
ये
store.
एक्सपीरियंस सेंटर है क्योंकि आप एक्सपीरियंस करने में इसकी
That's right.
ट्रू एसेंस समझ पाते हो.
Experience share करना होता है ना. So let me share with you the Samsung Galaxy Josh team.
Out the juice, out the juice, out the juice, who are we? Team City, got the job.
Galaxy.
जो कंटेंट पार्टनरशिप्स आप लोग कर रहे हो विद संडे ब्रांच या बॉम्बे ड्रीम या एवरी पिक्चर टेल्स अ स्टोरी, मैशेबल इंडिया हो गया या कर्ली टेल्स, पर उनके बारे में आप कितना एक्साइटेड हो? आप देखते हो हमारा कंटेंट?
Yeah, I think so. Mashables I don't miss.
Yeah.
I think so. It's the true stories that come out in the true essence of how consumers need to look up to brands. So I think so. Great job and keep the realism in the show on. True to the DNA of Samsung, being humble and nimble. Thank you very much for
Thank
being
you, sir.
here.
Thank you so
very
much.
much.
All right.